ladies and men if you're watching the video. I'm making this video and it's simply for friends and family that are asking me, how do I keep my thighs thick but I'm still slimming down my stomach, my love handles, and my lower back fat? So I'm going to give you guys literally like a, I guess, a 10-minute little show thing, or however long it takes for me to do it, because I don't ever time myself with how long it takes me to do this workout. And let's get started. I always start with stretches, so let's get started. The first stretches that I do are pretty much actually more likely for my fronter and my sides. So I'd say pretty much just stand like you're standing in a mountain pose of yoga. Both your feet parallel together, both your legs together and everything. And just stretch your arms up in the air. And I'd say take your left hand and put it around your right wrist. And lean to the left side. I usually take 4 deep breaths. Then I come back to center and switch to sides. Same thing. And I come back to center. Place your hands like this and tighten your ab muscles. Then I pull my hands up to my left shoulder and bring them down with resistance to my right hip. And then bring it back up to my right shoulder and then bring it down to my left hip. And I do that a few times, and it's helped to actually stretch out your torso. Once I stop, I come back to the center of my chest. I pull my arms down. Right arm all the way to the left, left arm all the way to the right. Each one that I do, I'm either taking an inner breath or an outer breath, which I'm inhaling or exhaling for each move. Then I stop right there. Now we're going down to the floor. Now that we're on the floor, for me, I always start on this position because I like to do child pose for one of the stretches. It helps to, like, you know, stretch out your back. So you just lean forward on your stomach, or you can start more likely in a position like this and go back into your hips, hit the heels of your feet. And you strengthen out your arms, stretch as far as you can. And I come back up to all 4. This is called downward facing dog for yoga side. And you tuck in your feet like this. What I usually do, I like to make sure my knees are underneath my hips and my hands are underneath my shoulders. And I lift up like this. And that's when I flatten my lower, the back of my legs. I take 5 inhales. On my 6th exhale, that's when I usually go back down to my knees. And those are all the stretches that I do. And after my stretches, I always start off with abs before love handles or lower back. And what I start with is leg lifts. For me, I don't just lay on my back. I use my yoga bricks. Doesn't matter, you can just use the pillow if you want to. It's just that I like my head being off the ground when I'm doing it. I lay down, both of your feet together, and I make sure my hands are underneath the brick or underneath my head if I'm not using a brick. I cross my legs like this, and I actually make sure that both of my legs are stretched out, like, you know, my toes are pointed, and I do 10 lifts. I never let my legs touch the ground as I do the 10. On the 10th one, I put all my legs all the way down. But in between each set of 3 10s, I also am working on my love handles and my lower abs. And this is the position. You lift your legs in the sky like this. Make sure your tailbone stays on the ground. Don't lift your tailbone off the ground. Point your feet. Beat, beat, open. 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 And then lower your legs back down to the ground. I only do 5 of those beat, beat, open. Not the beats. It's like I do beat, beat, open, that's 1. Beat, beat, open, that's 2. Carrying on. And then going back to my leg lifts of 10. For this workout, this is more likely for the love handle areas, which are your sides, somewhat of your lower back, but not really. It's mostly just love handles from the position that we're in. And I put one foot out, make sure I'm standing good on this one, have enough strength for it, and make sure your foot's facing forward, not out like that or something. Make sure it's facing forward. And you have like your leg braced. So we're not leaning this way, we're leaning this way. And I usually put my hands together and put them up above my head, or I would use it like this, where I put both of my hands on my shoulders as I twist them. But I usually go with both of my hands in the air. Makes it more challenging, I'd say. So I do 10 on each side. And go back down, same side, opposite side. and that's the position for my love handles. You can do as many as you want. You don't have to do it like I do, like for the leg lifts. If you want, I only do 3 sets of 10s, and that's 30. And I only do 2 sets of 10 for the love handles. And now, this one's definitely for your lower back, but like I said, as many as you want, because you can make it as challenging as you want. And the next position is called the Superman. And this is the position that Superman is. Some people do Superman where they're just lifting opposite sides like that. I do Superman the same way, but more likely while I'm in those positions, I'm more likely try to stay on my belly for 30 seconds. That was 30 seconds and I come back down. After I do that for 30 seconds, I come into this position where I just keep my chin on my hands and just more likely lifting my legs and the back. And that was the same exact thing I just did, but instead of like lifting them opposite legs, opposite arm type thing again, I just lift both of my legs, but I make sure I keep them apart like this, like we're like, you know, hip distance apart, not like, you know, too far apart or too close together or whatever. I just keep it like, you know, where you're laying on the ground and feels comfortable. Oh yeah. And when I do this one, I only do about 20 leg lifts, and I guess that's like lower back. It's mostly just only your lower back, so it's like leg lifts. And also it's actually kind of toning your glutes a tad bit. That's why I don't really like this one, but for the other ones I do, because when you're working on your love handles, still some of your back fat's gonna be like. So yeah, see you soon. I mean, let's do this. And pretty much that's my last one that I do. And after this video though, I'm also going to show you a few things that works for back fat too. Thank you for watching my video.